So this was also just before the war. Jung was in a foreign land, and suddenly overnight and right in the middle of summer, a terrible cold descended from space. All the seas and rivers were locked in ice. Every green living thing had frozen. War broke out very suddenly in Europe in 1914. It was a very violent, sudden event. It wasn't like the Second World War that had been building up progressively and things were gradually becoming visible. So he says, I went on the way of the day and you went invisibly with me, pulling the pieces together meaningfully, letting me see the whole in each part. Dreams are the guiding words of my soul. Why should I henceforth not love my dreams and not make their riddling images into objects of my daily consideration? Dreams pave the way for life and they determine you without you understanding their language. One would like to learn this language, but who can teach it and learn it? Scholarliness alone is not enough. There is a knowledge of the heart that gives deeper insight. The knowledge of the heart is to be found in no book, is not to be found in the mouth of any teacher, but grows out of you like the green seed from the dark earth. Now that is what Jung is teaching us. It's all in us. It's inside. It's within. We're part of it. So he begins. My soul, where are you? Do you hear me? I speak, I call you. Are you there? I have returned. I'm here again. I've shaken the dust from all the lands from my feet and I've come to you. I am with you. After long years of wandering, I've come to you again. Should I tell you everything I've experienced and drunk in, or do you not want to hear about all the noise of life and the world? Yes, life and the world are very noisy when you get to the level of dialogue with the soul. My soul leads me into the desert of my own self. I do not think that my soul is a desert, a barren, hot desert, dusty and without drink. The journey leads through hot sand, slowly waiting without a visible goal to hope for. How eerie is this wasteland? I should also rise above my thoughts to my own self, but I have avoided the place of my soul. My soul, what am I to do here? But my soul spoke to me and said, wait. I heard the cruel word. Torment belongs to the desert. And he's, for Jung, the word wait was terrible. He was an impatient man. And this is the worst part of the dark night. It's the waiting, the time of waiting. And in the time of waiting, when one doesn't observe any movement, it's like being in between two trapezes. You've left one and the other is not yet in sight. So in that time of waiting, Jung's prescription is take care of your dreams and take care of your fantasies and build on your fantasies. So yes, the desert. Now, even today, the desert is recognized as a place of revelation. Even today, people go to the desert on pilgrimages, for retreats, for walks. There's something very, very special about a desert. It does touch you at the level of soul, that's for sure. Walking in deep sand, you feel something, the depths in yourself. I'm a lover of the desert, that's for sure. So I also had to, he says, I had to detach myself from thoughts to turning my desire away from them. And at once I noticed that myself became a desert where only the sun of unquiet desire burned. I was overwhelmed by the endless infertility of this desert. Even if something could have survived there, the creative power of desire was absent. If your creative force now turns to the place of the soul, you will see how your soul becomes green and how its field bears wonderful fruit. So there's nothing to do but go home to yourself. To find their soul, the ancients went into the desert. The ancients lived their symbols, since the world had not yet become real for them. Thus they went into the solitude of the desert to teach us that the place of the soul is a lonely desert. There they found the abundance of visions, the fruits of the desert, the wondrous flowers of the soul. So it's the promise of solitude. It's that you will find something that is quite wonderful, that's unexpected for the ego, and that becomes translated into real life energy.